not sharing my screen, but in saying that, I was recording on a separate program, so I think we've still got the recording. It's fine. I'll just upload it later, but I'm gonna keep going because now I'm into it. So I'm just gonna continue like that wasn't happening before. Look at this. Now you can see my screen. Great. All right, cool. So I was just talking about how translations work at GitLab. So we use n when we want to add in a number. So we also can have a plural like this. So last percentage d days, it inserts that number. Okay, so we're using that because this is what it says, like manages your subscription. So your subscription includes this number of seats. This is useful because now we know where this text is likely to be run. So this also says, if you continue, the group name will have this number of seats and you'll be billed for the overage. That's what overage means, like over number of seats. Okay, so we're going to try to find that on gitlab.com. So the way this will work is, I don't know. How do we look at our subscriptions? Preferences, billings. So we can manage our seats maybe. This might be a really difficult thing to, like to mock. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm paranoid and I want to check to make sure it's working again. Thanks so much, Lee, for saving me there. Close Slack again. Yeah, cool. I am live. And we are recording. Great. Cool. All right. So my personal account is using Ultimate SaaS plan, but I have no so I guess I get the free one with work, right? So what I want to do is replicate that page. Let's look at it again. So I think what this is doing is it's saying, like, if you increase the number of people in your group and that increases the number of seats that you're paying for, then it's going to say, hey, you need to pay more for this. Okay, so how do we do that? I'm not sure. Let's just see if our workspace is working yet. Sorry, if our GDK is working yet. So we're looking for, like, GDK start. We need this URL. While we're here as well, we'll create our branch. So one thing we want to do is create a branch with the issue number at the start. This way, it'll automatically be linked to the issue, so we don't have to manually do it. Oh, can't read from the clipboard. You can't see this error; it's behind my face. So, yeah, I think I need to give permission. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now it'll work. So we're going to give it the name, the issue number, and fix learn more formatting. Okay. It is important to name your branches in a clever way because, as we saw before, like this, so every merge request you make, like your merge request, it creates a documentation as to your code. So if we want to work out why this was changed, we'll have a look at the merge request we did before. I think it's still open, and this merge request serves as our like our documentation, right? which is probably also a good way to find, where is this, yeah, great. So we can see where is this rendered, which is what we want to see, because we want to make sure that learn more is, see how see how it's not even highlighted here. So it's probably not even an issue at all. That's fun. Yeah, that's my bad. I made that I made that issue. But it's a good it's good learning process. And I think I'm just going to have to create another issue to do anyway. So, okay, cool. Our Git pod is working. Great. Now, you can see in here, GTK bash. So when you create this, what you're doing is you're creating a brand new instance of GitLab. And so you can log in as the root user for GitLab. So the username is root and the password is this. Yeah, we'll stop shortly because I don't think we need to actually make a merge request for this. So it's not a great example. Okay. All right, so we'll see this on GDK. You can read it, but it's just so things run fast. It means the page loads, individual pages open slower. So you can create your password. You can put whatever you want. Because it's only in this one instance. So make it something you'll remember, whatever. You're going to have to cast a new one every time you create a new Git pod. Cool. Okay, so now we are running GitLab locally. So you can see this is spun up like an instance of GitLab with 10 projects, with groups, and you have administrative rights. So you can see here, you can access the admin area. This is your GitLab. Okay, so I think here is what we're going to have to do. So let's have a look again at this. So a good merge request as well has this how to set up and validate locally. So yeah, what we did there is we followed the merge request. Sorry, the Git lens history to find an old merge request, and then we're following this. That's totally valid way to do that. Okay, so excuse me. So this has got a feature flag enabled. Hopefully we don't need to enable this, but maybe we do. Let's just try with that. So we're going to navigate to. So this is GitLab shell. So this is already telling us like how to do this on the GTK. So we should be able to just go here. Oops. After there, and has it got GitLab org? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So maybe this will work. So we're going to want to change the max role value. Where? Max role value. Okay. Okay, I'm actually going to read it. Sorry. Navigate to the project members page for a project. Then change the max role value. The modal should appear. By clicking off the modal, or click back, close the modal, click continue. Clicking learn more should open a new tab. Open the drop down. Okay, so let's try to make it an owner or maintainer. No modal. Maybe we need to activate this. Yeah, we need to activate this feature flag. That's fine. That's a fun thing to learn. We're going to open up the Rails console. How do we do that? GitLab Rails console. Maybe we need to add like in GTK. because you can open up the GDK, the Rails console in your instance and manage GitLab. Anyway, I don't remember because I shortcutted this and I knew it would be a mistake. Okay. Open. Okay, let's try. All right. Well, I should have just read this, right? No, this doesn't always work because we want like in the GDK, not like in our own instance, right? Yeah, I can never remember it. Maybe we can do Rails. So maybe that's it. Okay, cool. We're using an old version of Postgres. Okay, so this is like you shouldn't be seeing this on Gitpod, which means like we need to ask our Gitpod team to update something. Anyway, so that's a good thing to say on the Discord. Okay, so what we're doing is, what is happening? Oh, I did it on. Okay, cool. So this is on my own VS Code. Fine. Quitting this. So what I did is I shortcutted Rails console to open up the Rails console. And I don't remember how to do this. If you know and you're watching, feel free to put it in the chat. Maybe I'll see it. GDK usage GitLab. What we're looking for is Rails console. So this is the how to use it. Use GDK. Start a Rails console. Look at that. All right, cool, easy. Okay, so we're opening the Rails console. And so this Rails console is like, you can consider it as like I don't know, like a backend for, well, I mean, it is, it's the backend for your GDK instance. Okay, so it's running, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn on a feature flag. So we're going to feature enable this feature. Okay, so we're running this in Rails console. True is what we want. You can also do like feature enabled question mark, and it'll be like, yeah, it's on, or it's not. Okay, so now reload our page, and that feature flag should be on. Oh, we should be using the new nav because I just worked on it. Excuse me. Okay, so it's taking a little bit because it's GDK and we just changed the feature flag and it's doing some things. Just give it a minute. It's fine. Okay, we're going to switch to the new nav because it's way cooler and I worked on it. But I updated the speed of transition for this, so you're welcome. Anyway, so we're going to change this, I think. You can change whatever you want here because like you're on the GDK, like it doesn't matter. You can delete whole projects if you want. Do whatever you want. All right, so this says change the maximum role value. And we should get all right, but I can't change this one. I can only change this. All right, let's. Oh, something happened there, and I was too fast. Okay, great. Here we go. Learn more. This is already done. Cool. So now we come this far. I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna make it part of this URL. But we're not gonna merge this. We're just gonna test it, right? So in this case, what I will do is I'll take a screenshot here, and I'll post it on the issue itself. So I'll say like, hey, this issue, this should already be closed. So the way I'm going to say that is, could not validate locally. Oh no, just write in normal human language. It seems as though this is not an issue. The full stop is already outside of the hyperlink. And we're gonna attach a screenshot. See screenshot. Okay. So this is important. This is something we do a lot. Take a screenshot, make sure that the person can see it without completely changing it. So one thing we might want to do, if we might want to say like, if you want to validate this locally, like if you don't believe me, like it's not if you don't believe me, but it's useful. Somebody might be like, well, not ready to close this issue. So we want to say like, if you would like to validate locally, you can do so with these instructions. Okay. So preview, make sure it's all good. Great. Cool. So we're going to comment, and then we're going to wait for whoever you're working with, or like, so often, so this says like group distribution, but because we're already working with Jay Rushford, I'm just going to also tag Jay Rushford, which is obviously me. I know, but whatevs. It's good learning. At Jay Rushford, can you please close this issue? And I'm sure he will. All right. Embarrassing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to change this code to include the full stop, just as a demo, so we can see how the change works. So if we're doing that, let's say we'll do it. Just change link end to be here. Okay, so we're saving it. We'll look at our source code. Okay, this is important. Structure.sql is updated because we ran GDK update. So you can discard this. Please discard this. Why is this changed? I didn't change that. Verification codes. Discard. Okay, but this is the thing that we're updating. Okay. We're going to call this commit. Do not merge. We're going to call it like move full stop, and that's not good. Not a good commit message. So commit messages, things to keep in mind. First letter should always be a capital. Second thing to keep in mind is this message is going to be seen when someone looks at the Git history like this. Add link to confirm modal. Use modal to confirm action. So it's important that you write something useful. So move full stop outside of hyperlink is what I would have done if that's what we were actually doing today. So you can commit here, or you can do like yeah, we've got to add it and then commit it. You can also do git add and git commit on the, in the console. You can do like git add, whatever. It's up to you. I do this. It's way easier. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my changes. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, I'm going to validate my changes. right? So if I reload this page, also important before I push anything is if we go back to our tutorial that we're following. So far what we did is we found our thing that we're changing, we updated it, we saved the file. We're going to check that it's successful. I don't know what this means. Oh, we can make sure that we did change that line of code. Refresh the web browser where you're viewing the GDK. So that's this one, and take a screenshot. So we're going to redo this. Yeah, and then we're going to see that this is fixed, or we've not broken it. We're going to take a screenshot of like some wider context, please, like this. Yeah, and then now we're going to push our code. So we're pushing. So we'll do git push. So we're going to set it to the upstream. So we're now going to push this branch to the community fork. Cool. So what it's doing currently is it's running a bunch of tests to make sure that there's no obvious problems. So if we didn't use prettier, it's going to tell us. If we've broken any linting errors, it's going to tell us. If we didn't use a capital at the start of our commit message, it's going to tell us. Okay, so now we're going to open a new merge request. And obviously this one, we're not going to merge it, right? We're going to mark it as a draft, just so you can see how it looks, just so you can see. What does this do? So we're going to give a detailed description. So what it does is this. So we're doing a bug fix. So previously, the learn more link correctly did not include the full stop. Now this introduces a bug where it does introduces a bug where it does. Okay. It's not great, but okay, so this is important. This is good learning. For screenshots, we're going to make a table. We're going to have before. We're going to have after. Put our screenshots in here so then the reviewers can very easily see what we've changed. Okay, so before it was correct. Now it is not. How to set up and validate locally. This is important, and we have the steps, so we're gonna put them into a merge request. This is what you should do. This is important. Okay, and then have you evaluated this? This is useful to make sure that like you've done everything correct. The first few times you do some merge requests, you're gonna have to go through this real thoroughly, and then I know I already have. So, well, I haven't. I'm not going to merge this. I'm not going to take it because I'm not merging it. I'm going to keep it as a draft. If yours is not a draft, don't make it a draft. Also, draft is just the word at the start, right? Anyway, we're going to create the merge request. So what happens now is all of our tests will run. So just give this a second and you'll see that the changes will be there. Yeah, just give it a minute. Right? Okay, so we're going to, so it's automatically related to this issue, right? So that's good. And then what else do we need? So we've written a detailed description. We've added our screenshots. We're going to wait for the changes to appear. Yeah, just wait. It's fine. And then what we're going to do when it's ready is we'll say GitLab bot We'll wait for instructions. We'll just give it a minute. So the pipeline is going to fail because I forgot to do this. So what will happen is the pipeline we're talking about. Let's go back. So when this does build the merge request, I don't know why it's taking so long. Oops. Let's just go back to our, we've committed it, and we can see like git log, is that commit. Like the tutorial tip, we can also do git status. Okay, here's our tutorial. Okay, so another way we can do this is we can say like git difference master, git diff master. We can see like all the things that are different in master. So this has changes. So it's just taking a minute. So it's fine. Let's not be impatient. The thing I forgot to do was this, update translation files. So in .pod, what we need to do is run this manually. So what will happen here eventually is it'll say I have one change, it'll start the pipeline, I'll have one commit, and then the pipeline will run and it'll be like, hey, you didn't update the translations, you have to do that. So we're just running that in our, I don't know if you can see that here. Yep. We're just running bit reg get text compile. It'll also say this in the broken pipeline, so you don't need to remember it. It's all right. Now is like maybe we didn't need to do it. Okay, that's fine. With a lot of translations, you need to run that, and it will update the git part, and then you can push that the changes to that. Don't do it manually. Exactly like here. Cool. Update the documentation. We don't need to update this because we're just fixing a small thing. Push the changes to the community fork. Done. So what they're saying is create a branch. Already did this. We did it in different order to this, but it's okay. More or less the same. Okay. Just make sure, like, did we push it right? Just move this so you can see it. We must have. Yeah, so when we pushed, we just blindly copied this, which says set upstream origin. Origin is the community branch because let's see. Cool. All right, we're going to commit. We've got our pipeline running. Because this is in draft, it's not going to run because running a pipeline costs minutes. We don't need to run it if it's a draft. Okay. You see how it changes. If it's a funny change, you can write a comment for the reviewer to be like, I don't know, like, this is there is a good reason for this. I don't know. Let's say like, this is a test demo. Please don't review. Please don't judge me. Right. You're gonna put something more useful. We've already put this like draft and not merge. People get it, I'm sure. Anyway, so what we have here is GitLab bot. Welcome to the community, blah blah blah. Not blah blah blah. Read it properly. It's useful information and it's well put. Read the contributor flow documentation. Read the merge guidelines. When you're ready for your review, do this. We're not going to do that. So, and it also says if you're working with someone directly, you can tag them like that. So you can do it with me if you want. If you're doing one of these other learn mores, if you want help, if you want, I don't know. So you can do this, and then it's going to be ready. But if I was doing this, because I'm working with JRushford already, I'm going to tag me like that, right? And what that will do is it'll tag JRushford for a review. Okay, cool. And then, that's it. That's it. We're done. We're done. So they do the review, you address the changes, and then we'll merge it. We're not going to do that here. Oh, a linked issue. Oh, that's automatically done that. Great. So this doesn't go anywhere. We're gonna this was a test demo, and we're gonna comment and close this merge request, so it get merged. Okay, we're done. All right, so that's how you do your first merge request. Would have been good if we contributed something useful, but it's also good just to see how it would work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bunch of issues with this, and I'm going to check it a little bit better than this. And so then you can use these as your first MR. Or if you want to do something even more useful than that, like we talked about before, you can fix this. This line needs to go. And so to do that, we're going to create, I'll raise that now. We'll create a community fork for the handbook. And then you can just do this in the or we can do it in Gitpod. Gitpod's a bit at the top for it, but it's fine. It doesn't, it's good practice. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to end it. Thanks.